Star Wars tabletop gaming is proudly supported by Gatekeeper Games, your key to gaming unplugged. A tabletop games store offering a friendly atmosphere for people to buy and play their games in the north of Fitzroy. We are here tonight at Gatekeeper Games, if I don't get run over by a bike, to play a bit of a Destiny event. Today, Empire at War, the new set for Destiny, got released. I'm very, very excited about it. While we wait for Legion, I'm going to play a whole bunch of Destiny. And I thought you might like to see the event that we've got going on. So we've got gents inside cracking packs at the moment. So we'll take a walk on in. So tonight the idea is, that's Melbourne. Thanks, Melbourne. So head on in. All right, welcome to Gatekeeper Games. So this is my local store. This is where the magic happens. Say hi to Simon.
Hi.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Cal.
So we're here for Destiny because what we all want is that, a Legion. But that's not coming for a few months, maybe more. So in the meantime, we'll make do with this, Empire at War. So this hit today, which is very exciting. So what we're doing is a bit of a sealed event, which with Destiny, you don't get to do that often. Due to the boxes being so expensive, it's only really on the release night that you get to crack a bunch of packs together and play some games with what you crack. So we'll have a quick look at what people are opening, just to start with. What do we got over here? What's the best pull so far?
Ancient lightsabers, definitely.
Ancient lightsaber. Let's have a cheeky look. So it's all about the legendaries. For those that aren't familiar with Destiny, it is a collectible card game. You get boxes of the cards, 180 cards per box, but we wish there was more. And in each box, there is 6 legendaries, which is that little purple bit down in the right bottom-hand corner there. And there's certain legendaries that are better than others. Ancient lightsaber of the new pack is extremely popular. What is less popular is Chopper. How do you feel about Chopper? Yeah, holiday F for Chopper. But there's some other good stuff in there. Bit of Lando is not great, but we all love Lando because he's Lando. And interesting. So essentially, the idea for tonight is whatever we crack out of this one box that we're each cracking open is what we're going to try and play with, which will be a challenge, but we'll wait and see if it happens. All right, what do we got over here?
Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, very nice.
And the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber.
Oh, it's got to be some Grand Inquisitor action.
It definitely has to be Grand Inquisitor.
Yes.
I don't think I have a choice.
Nope, there we go. The decision is made.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so many goodies. It's the new crack. The old set is dead. Spirit of Rebellion's dead. It's all about Empire at War now. All right, what do we got over here?
Pulled Elite Thrawn so far, which is good.
An Elite Thrawn.
Yeah.
Well, not from one box.
One for each box.
Yeah, there we go.
Running Ahsoka, I think, for tonight.
Yeah, nice. There's
With
Ahsoka.
with a Wookiee warrior.
With a Wookiee warrior.
And
Fantastic.
we'll throw in a what they call Rebel Trooper from the old set. You're allowed to have a non-unique character from the old set.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the rules we're running for tonight. But just quickly on Thrawn. So this is the big one that I want to pull. I'm very excited about Thrawn, and I will probably end up purchasing him if I don't pull him because that needs to be done. So Thrawn's a bit of an odd character for Destiny. He doesn't do any damage, but he does some really interesting actions and an interaction with your opponent's hand, and with the support he gives as well. Who are you super keen for running Thrawn with?
Unka.
Yeah, Unka. It's got to be Unka, right? So yeah, Unka and Thrawn. That's what we all want to run. I dare say the first Empire at War tournament we have, it's just going to be Thrawn and Unka all over the place. Right, Rhett. This is Rhett. Remember Rhett? Yeah, we played some Legion with Rhett the other day. So Rhett, what have you pulled?
A lot of trash. We do have a super thematic deck going on here with Kanan and Hera and Ezra and Chopper.
Fantastic. So for those that aren't aware, let's see those vehicles. Oh yeah.
An airspeeder, we've got a Y-wing, we've got a Chopper there, we've got a Ghost and a Headhunter.
A Headhunter, groovy. So yeah, for those that aren't aware, Empire at War is kind of themed around Rebels, the cartoon show, which is fantastic. Their last season actually was excellent. There were some really great battle scenes in there. And Thrawn was in there, which is why I absolutely loved it. No spoilers, but one of my favourite expanded universe characters. So Rhett here is going to be running a bit of a Rebels, what do they call themselves? Their little crew? Phoenix Squadron. That's right, Phoenix Squadron crew. Very nice. Are you a Rebels watcher?
I am.
You are? There you go. Oh, I couldn't think of it either. And this is my box. Oh, yeah. Hey, box. Boba Fett is not in the set. Just they put that on to excite us and then mock us. But Sabine's in there. That's some art from one of the cards. And there's Thrawn. Let's really hope I pull a Thrawn. they'll be screaming like a little girl if I do. Alright, I'm going to start opening some packs. So, here we go, the great pack opening. I've sped this up to 400% so we could get through it a bit quickly. I'll only be talking about really those cards that excite me. Oh, there was one. So that was the Mortar Gun, which is a 3-cost yellow weapon. Essentially, Destiny is broken down into characters, upgrades, events, and supports. I'm pretty sure that's it, the 4 types. And these dice that you're seeing here, these represent the upgrades and supports which have dice, which is kind of what it's all about. So the idea of the game is that you roll dice, you get results on those dice, and you resolve those dice, doing damage to the enemy, or doing other things like discarding their hand, disrupting their resources, etc, etc. So these cards that I'm cracking now, I should say, there's 6 cards in each, I think, but the important one is that one with the dice. So the last couple you've seen there, Bosk and Voss, characters in the new set. So this is a new set that's been released, Empire at War. That was a droid we just saw before there, General Riken, all exciting stuff, none of which I'm super excited about playing though. So the droids, there's Chopper. So that's one of my 6 legendaries, and particularly unimpressive when it comes to legendaries, but, you know, that's fine, the good and the bad, they both come. So what we've seen so far are things that I'm not too excited on playing, that are that Vibro, whatever the hell that was, that'll be good with a certain FN deck. Those 2 droids will be good trade fodder because I'm going to trade them out for 7th Sisters, or for people who have a 7th Sister and want to play them because they go with the deck and they make it work. Oh, here we go. Here's the exciting one, Thrawn. So, the character I'm most excited on playing, and is a legendary, is Thrawn. Another legendary there, Master of the Council, good for trading. I'm not a hero blue player. Thrawn will be great because he'll allow me to run some really cool disrupt decks where I can mess with people and kind of get lots of resources and then use that to discard their deck or use it to play supports. One of the two. Alright, we needed more space to open. But of course, at the moment, I'm opening packs in the intention to build a deck with just this box, which is not what you usually do, but what this event was all about. So what I'm looking for is a few characters that go well together. Y-Wing, very exciting. Just quickly, the other deck I'm excited on playing is a Hera deck, and that requires new vehicles, the Y-Wing of which is one of them. So I need to get characters that I can actually make a deck with out of just this box. So far, we've seen quite a few characters. Bosk, Hux, what else have we got? We've seen the Gamoran, the pig dude from when Luke gets captured, and a bunch of different upgrades kind of varied amongst villain and heroes. With deck building, there's hero decks and there's villain decks. The 2 are never intertwined. Oh, there's another legendary. I think that's Lando's pistol I got there. Oh, Hera. Really one of my Hera, and I get an elite Hera later in the night, which is exciting. And Ahsoka, another one of my legendaries. So the decks that I'm looking like I'm creating at the moment is an Ahsoka deck, because she's probably one of the most powerful characters I've pulled out of this box that I can run as a single character. That is with 1 dice, as opposed to an elite character, which is with 2 dice. But either way, I got some really good stuff out of this box and was pretty happy overall. And the pools are finished, so not a terrible box. Highlights are that I got Thrawn, which is I'm very, very excited about. All the other villains, I'm a bit meh. I'm not excited about too many of them. That's alright. Other legendaries, I got Master of the Council. No Mace to go with him. When I first pulled that, I thought that was Mace and got very, very excited. But that's fine. I got a couple of these droids, which is pretty cool, but no 7th Sister to run them with. I'm super keen on a Hera deck in this edition, and I got a Y-Wing, which is a good start, but only 1 Hera. So I've got to work out what am I going to run with just the cards that I've pulled. So I looked at the villains, nothing quite there that will work, although this Gamoran Guard's pretty good, but it doesn't quite work. So what I'm going to run, I got 6 of each, 6 villains, and then 6 heroes. So I'm going to go with heroes. And I'm going to run, because I got Ahsoka, which is also very exciting. She's a legendary. I'm going to run Ahsoka with a Jedi Instructor and a Wookiee Warrior. I think that'll be a pretty decent deck, focusing on sticks. And it should be pretty good. So I'm now going to start putting a deck together. Deck decisions have been made. So I've gone through all of the cards. These are the ones that did not make the cut for various reasons, whether they be unplayable in my deck or not optimal, like that piece of crap will we'll just leave that one. There's a game going on over here at the moment.
Twice already, going for the third time to get any damage.
Couple of the boys are throwing down before the tournament kicks off.
Yeah, just put me so far behind.
So we have a Rhett's Hero deck over here, and Dave's Grand Inquisitor deck.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So everyone's super enjoying playing with suboptimal cards. What was that wonderful play you play over there? Stolen Cache.
Oh yeah.
What a gem.
What a gem.
So this is the deck that I'm going to go with. We've got those are my characters there, as we saw before. And this is what we're going to put in the deck. A few of these cards are going to have to be cut. That's all right, we'll get there. It doesn't have quite as many dice as I would have liked. I'm excited about getting that on the board though. If I get that out there, I will be a happy man.
Did you play?
Kind of excited about this too. That looks alright. I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but that's alright. Some cool events, some different stuff. These aren't fantastic, but I got 2 of them, so they're going in. Got to make do. Funeral Pie looks good.
Totally the Inquisitor supports.
Yeah, and so that's the deck. I'm gonna sleeve it up, and we'll give it a play test. Exciting times. Alright, so everyone has made their decisions on what they're going to be playing, and we're going to be kicking off in about 15 minutes. What's your deck? What are you playing? Up here, here we go. Ooh. Elite Voss, that's exciting out of 1 box. Magna Guard is excellent.
Yep.
She's not so great.
She's 7 points.
Yeah, she's 7 points though. Right, she's in. How are you going with finding upgrades? You got a few good upgrades over there, don't you?
It's all ranged though.
Oh, it's all ranged.
Like, that's not bad.
Yep.
Having them.
Yeah, they're neutral. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, all the ranged dice for your melee characters. Ballsy choice. Let's see how it works out for him. Alright, coming around. What do you got?
Similar deal.
Ooh, Ahsoka. There she is. You and I are playing identical characters?
And it's all of the upgrades.
Yeah, wow. Heavy on the upgrades.
Heavy on the upgrades.
Good for you running ranged upgrades. Ballsy choice.
Hey, they're mixed in there. There's some supports. There's not much melee upgrades.
No.
That was the problem.
No, there weren't many coming through, were they?
No.
Alright, well, you and I think we'll have a mirror match at some stage. It should be good. Alright, what do we got over here? What do we got? What are you running?
I got
You're not running Ahsoka as well, are
Wookiee
you?
Warrior, Ahsoka,
That's hilarious.
and a Rebel Trooper.
That's what I was running. That's what I'm running too. Without the Rebel Trooper. We've got 3 Ahsoka decks.
Wow.
Oh no. Alright, maybe I have to change my deck up.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to villain it. Alright, there we go. Same. They're all the same. Damn Ahsoka, she's goddamn everywhere. Alright, and here we obviously have the in-play decks. Hera and the Grand Inquisitor.
Mm-hmm.
That was Hera.
It was Hera.
That was Hera.
Yeah. Whoa, the action! Alright, here we go. So yeah, so this was going to be my deck, but now everyone's bloody running it. Maybe I have to change my deck. Oh god, time's running out. So we had a bit of an emergency. Oh, there's laughter. There's excitement. We're talking about coercion and the shenanigans with Price of Failure. Alright, so I went around and looked at all the other people's decks, and there were 2 other decks almost identical to mine. So I panicked, grabbed some cards, and I think I've actually come out with a better deck. So I'm going with Bosk, Hux, and Bazine for a bit of a red and yellow range deck. So I've actually got some better upgrades for this one, including that crazy rifle there. But that's also a really solid weapon as well. What one's that one? The mortar gun. Yeah, nice. So we'll see how it goes. These are the events and upgrades and whatnot, non-dice cards, if you will, that I'm running. Alright, so plan 2. Let's sleeve this bad boy up and see how they go.
Except he doesn't roll damage.
So the first game is over. The Grand Inquisitor came through, mostly with the Guavian Enforcer. Actually did a lot of work. So good for the Guavian Enforcer. So those 3 defeated my Bosk and Friends list. It was pretty brutal. I did 5 damage in the first turn, and then it went steep downhill. So, let's see what's going on over here. How's the game going, guys?
It's a tight one, eh? It's good.
Ooh, excellent.
That didn't do anything for me, but it's good that it triggers that one. And that's oof.
Off goes Chopper. Kicking ass.
Wild man.
Yeah.
That game is finished in 3.
Just some chopper on chopper action.
Well, we got one.
Ooh.
We got one damage.
Yeah, nice. All right, let's see how the other boys are doing. This is the mess that I created over here. with my last minute deck change up.
I did 12 damage.
I had one good turn. I
It
got
wasn't even rolling, it was like playing like a card that die to like poke
I did 6 with Wookiee and 6 with Ahsoka on that turn.
I managed to get
How's
one
it-
multi-shot with some mortar.
How's the deck performing?
Excellently.
Excellent. What are you running?
Wookiee Warrior,
Yep.
Rebel Trooper,
Yep.
and Ahsoka all single dice.
Yeah, nice. How's Ahsoka with her ability? Worth it?
Didn't use her ability once.
Good. I'm glad she's legendary. Yeah.
You just drop Master of the Council.
Yeah, Master of the Council.
He's using
Savage.
this new strategy called Roll Natties.
Yeah.
Seems to work really well.
Yeah, good. All right. Excellent. All right, we're just waiting on these boys then, I guess. Pressure's on. I did a full recording of the second game that I played because this way, those that haven't played Destiny before get to have a look at what a game looks like, and those that are well versed with Destiny get to have a look at what some of the cool new cards do. So, in this game, I have my 3-character deck, Bosk, Bazine, and Hux. Huxley? Or just Hux? Maybe. One of the two, facing off against the Ahsoka, Wookiee, and Rebel Trooper deck, which went on to take out the Knight, so I don't feel too bad about losing against it. So, if you've never played Destiny before, what you can see here is the characters laying out. That's what you start with, and as the game progresses, you pick up cards, and you either play upgrades on your characters with those cards, or you play events, which have an impact on the game. So the cards that you can see under the characters are the upgrades, and each upgrade that you put on a character adds a dice. So that's why Bosk is now rolling out 2 dice instead of the original 1 that he started with. This game actually started really well, and interestingly it was Bazine, who's a very cheap character but with a kind of cool special that I kept hitting. Doing quite a lot of damage. Her special reads do 3 damage to a character if that character has not taken any damage, or 1 if it has. So I was just kind of popping 3 damage all over the place here and there, and I was really happy with that. So I got a bunch of early damage on Ahsoka, which was great. And the battlefield that I was using, I won my battlefield, was that your characters all have Guardian while you control that battlefield. So while I was able to focus on Ahsoka, because I was claiming, I was able to spread the damage between my characters. So it started well. Here we can see I'm getting a few shields with the dice. So each dice has different sides on it. It either has damage, either shooting or melee. It has shields, resources, you disrupt for getting rid of opponents' resources, or discard for getting rid of opponents' cards in their hand, and specials, which do special things that are on the cards. So the idea is you activate your characters, you roll them out, and whatever comes up on the dice is what you then have the opportunity to do. You can either choose to resolve whatever's come up, or you can control the dice faces in numerous ways, whether that be pitching a card to reroll, which is a bit of a risk, taking a chance, or you can play events which control dice, both yours and your opponent's. And that's pretty much the game. It's super simple, takes about 10 minutes to learn, and it's a lot of fun. The dice look fantastic, the artwork on the characters is great, and the theme of Star Wars really comes through with the game. So what you can see here, let's see, what have I got out? So on Hux, early on, I put a huge upgrade. I think it's Natural Pilot, these are all new Empire at War cards, as per the sealed event that we're playing. So be aware that these decks that we're playing with are very subpar. So this game actually took quite a long while, which is why I've had to speed it up, because the decks that we're playing with aren't fantastic. I like to play a game of Destiny in about 5 to 10 minutes with a deck that just smashes your opponent. This game I think went for about 35-40 minutes, which is actually over official time. So what we can see at the moment is me spreading out my damage between my characters as I planned. And doing a sneaky move there with, I think the card's called Truce, to get a resource when my opponent was not expecting it, so that was pretty rad. And that allowed me to kill off Ahsoka when he didn't think I could. So at the moment, everything's going really well. It's going to plan, I'm getting damage out, my big upgrades that I got out early are doing a lot of work, and it's forced him to go after Hux on the right there, that red character on the right, which is not the best character. I thought he was going to be pretty good. He's got a cool special that allows you to play events for less, given my deck was not geared towards that because I just had to play with what I had. But it didn't work so well. Now, what you've just seen there
it was a huge swing. So what he managed to get out was a card called, it's a new hero card in the Empire of War set called Heat of Battle. What it allows you to do is choose an opponent. That opponent turns any number of their dice to sides showing damage, and then turn any number of your dice to sides showing damage. So I had already pretty much resolved all my dice, and then he went and played that for only 2 cost. It is an amazing new card, and it's going to give red heroes a real powerhouse card to play if they play smart. It does require some smart play, but what we saw then was like an 8 or 12 damage swing. Like, it was huge. That one card essentially took him from behind and won him the game. Now it's really just clean up duty for him as he takes out the rest of my characters. So that's kind of how Destiny goes. You can have those real powerful cards that you hold back and use in just the right moment and use them well, and they do a lot of work, and it gives you the game. What he's got there too is a Y-wing in his left-hand side of his gaming mat. You can't see it because of the glare, but that's a new card, a new ship, Y-wing, and it's so good. It's got 2 specials on it, and the specials are that your opponent does 4 damage between their characters and their resources. So essentially, if you've got 1 resource left, you take away the resource and then have to do 3 damage. So it's 4 between the resources and your characters, which is it's nuts. It's so good. So my plans are actually to build a deck around the Y-wing, a hero deck from the Rebels TV show, Hera Syndulla, and I think it's going to be awesome. So that's what I'll be taking to Gatekeepers next Thursday. But yeah, what you're watching now is just him cleaning up my final characters with his Y-wing and his Wookiee warrior that together did a whole lot of damage. That Wookiee is impressive, as they should be. Wookiees are pretty scary. So I've slowed it down. Here we go. We've reached the final moments where I've realized there's just nothing I can do. So that's what a game of Destiny looks like. If you haven't played before, definitely look into it. There's a new 2-player starter set that's just come out, which is a great way to get into the game. But there's plenty of people out there the community is wonderful, and there'll be people willing to lend you decks and introduce you to it. So if you haven't played, give it a look.
And that brings us pretty much to the end of the event now. So Rhett and I lost all of our games. So to make ourselves feel better, instead of playing off to see who was the biggest loser, we bought a box together.
You also lost the game when you played against each other.
Shut up. So that was great. That was really good. So we bought a box, and it happened. I got, with Rhett being so good to me with the legendary splits, my second Thrawn. So my goal for tonight is complete. This is the table to decide the winners between the jank decks. Excellent. And fun's being had. Which is what counts.
That is not what we wanted to see. We wanted them to roll anything else, but they were what they were already showing. But that's what they rolled.
Alright, let's do it. So, the kill.
Savage.
And I'll do 2.
I'll do
You want to do it to her. Because
But if I kill him, you can't turn his dice.
that is true.
And he's got better dice.
I feel like the
better
Wookiee
dice.
does some work, right? Yeah.
Well,
Tough choices. Tough choices. New cards. We don't really know what we're doing. Oh, just cards everywhere. Picked up the second one of these bad boys. He'll be seeing a table soon.
So take the money.
And the third place over here.
5. Guardian.
Very nice.
This is quite sad, isn't it?
So that is the end of the event. And that is the night complete. I've made some trades, I got some good deals, got my elite Thrawn, very happy. Some of the boys just finishing up, some trades are still going on. It's been a great event, I've really enjoyed it. A release event, something really unique and something only Gatekeepers are doing. So, if you're into Destiny, come check out Gatekeepers, pick up some boxes, there's more kit coming in soon. We'll see you next time. So bye, Simon! Bye! Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.